Hello, everybody. Hope you are having a wonderful day. My name is Emma, and we've got a nice little 25-minute upper body and upper back, kind of touching into a few little side areas and lower back a little bit. 25-minute flow for you. So grab whatever you need. If you want to grab some water, if you want to pop your music on, press play. We are going to aim to use a strap today. If you don't have a yoga strap, feel free to get like a dressing gown belt or a towel even. And if you don't have either, there is an alternative option that we can do. So do not worry if this is not in your tool set this morning or this afternoon or whenever you are doing this. So I'm going to pop that to the side for a moment because we're going to use it a little bit later on. So don't worry about having it to hand immediately. We're going to start just by having a little roll of our shoulders. So coming into kneeling and just noticing how this upper body is doing and actually how our breathing is doing. So hands in our laps, close your eyes for a moment and just let your breath deepen down into that lower part of your tummy. As you breathe out, trying to feel our shoulders kind of soften away from our ears. Take a few of those long, slow, deep breaths, just settling into where we are, recognizing how we are doing, how we're feeling. And maybe your upper body is actually super tight, and that is why you have come to this video today. Maybe upper body feels good, but you know what? You needed a bit of headspace, and this is your chance. So wherever you're at, whatever you're coming to your mat with, acknowledging where you are, and then let it just sit, drift away for a moment. Because as we breathe and move, bringing all of your attention, all of your focus into those movements and into keeping that slow, steady, deep breath. For now, just taking a few rolls of your shoulders, finding that space in your chest, in your upper back. You can open your eyes now if you wish. Maybe even just stretching your arms out, taking bigger rolls, circles all the way through. And if you're having your arms stretched out like this, try and press those palms up and away. So we've got that kind of flex all the way towards our wrists. And notice that might bring you a little bit of a tingle down your forearms, and that is okay. Spread those fingers, taking up all of the room. If you're rolling your arms in one direction, going the other way. And feel free to kind of move into your upper body as well. So almost like we're rolling, waving through our spines. I know it might look and feel a little bit funky, but you know what? We do not move our bodies enough. Let's take this opportunity. And as runners, I know you're going to say you move all the time, and you do move all the time. But let's just have a moment for our spines, our shoulders, our backs. Move side to side, take some rolls, circles. Have a bit of a full body flow. You know what? No one's looking at you. It's good. You're here. Wiggle, move, stretch. This is your chance. We are going to come back to still, stopping these crazy moves and coming into an all fours position. Oops, this way. So your hands are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. So we're moving into our cat-cow. So we've done a little bit of movement through our upper body. We're going to continue that into these cat-cows, starting to lower your tummy down, roll your shoulders back, lift through your chest. Opposite direction now, curling up through your spine, trying to find that big dome of our backs as we tuck our chin towards our chest. 2 more of these each way, breathing in as you move forwards. Breathing out as we curl our body up, squeeze into the top, press your hands into your mat. Last time, breathing in. And all the way back out. Now from here, we're going to come back into that kind of freestyle movement. So beginning by just rocking side to side. Maybe you've still got a bit of a dome in your back. Maybe you're kind of coming in and out of that space. Close your eyes and just have a little bit of free flow. Maybe you move into some figure of eights. Maybe you're rocking forwards and backwards, putting a little bit more weight through your hands, your wrists, and then stretching back. So just move as you wish. Listen to your body. Where can you find those little sweet spots? Where can you just hold for a second longer and find that lovely stretch? Maybe as we're moving through these wiggles and twists, starting just to notice where maybe you had some tightness that you want to really bring your attention to as we come through our flow today. And then coming back to still. Sometimes it just feels good to move, guys. Okay, stopping a little bit from that freestyle. We're going to step our right foot back and then bring your heel down. So you might just be off your mat like me, that is fine. Bringing your right arm up. So we've got this full body reach all the way down through this right side and all the way up to our right fingertips. Take a deep breath in here, find that big stretch. As you breathe out, bring your right elbow down towards your mat. And then all the way back up. 2 more of these, breathing in at the top. Breathing out as we lower. 1 more time, inhale, reach. Exhale, coming down. And then bringing your arm all the way back up. And this time into some circles, reaching forwards, sweeping your hand down towards your mat, and then all the way up and over. 2 more, coming forwards and down, all the way up, and then forwards and down. This time, reaching over. So you might again come off of your mat towards the side. We're facing the long edge of our mat now, and we've pivoted on this left knee. So my left ankle is behind me. My right foot still down at the ground. I'm going to then keep my fingertips on the ground in front and start to shift my hips back behind me. So we're into a bit of a side stretch through our legs and through our thighs into those hips, but we're still finding this length through our back towards your fingers. From here, lifting your left arm slightly, you're going to thread our right arm underneath left and turn our gaze. So we're looking at the opposite end of our mat now. Our foot is one way, our eyes are looking the other. And hopefully feeling a stretch in front of this right shoulder, maybe down your arm a little bit. Take a deep breath here. Can you just settle into it a little bit more, softening. Maybe wiggling your right fingers slightly further away, getting a bit of a release through our shoulder blades behind us as well. Gently making your way back up, unthread this right arm. Fingertips come back out, hips are lifting, and then we're going to walk over to the opposite end of our mat. So I'm again pivoting on this left knee, but now we're going to switch our legs over. So right leg comes underneath us. Don't worry if you're taking a few little wiggles and shuffles to get here. Left leg going out back. Opening up through our left arm. Same thing on this side. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring your elbow down towards your mat. 2 more, breathing in. All the way out. Last time, big breath in. And out, elbow comes down, turn your chest. Last lift up as we breathe in. And then into those circles again, reaching your fingertips forwards, coming down, like we're dragging our fingers on top of our mats. All the way up. Reaching forwards, trying to find that big lengthening here. So all the way down this left side, and then fingertips down towards the ground, big open up as you circle. Last time, reaching forwards. Bringing your fingers down and out to the side of our mat again. So this time pivoting on your right knee, right ankle behind you, fingertips in front, sending your hips back. Again, we're just starting out with this lean forward, so stretching into our legs. Soften through your chest. When you're ready, we're taking left arm underneath our right, and we're looking to that opposite side of our mat compared to this left foot. So trying to uncurl and turn, opening through your chest. Your right finger's still reaching forwards, left fingertips going as far as they can towards the end of our mat. Taking 1 more deep breath here. Turning back to the front, unthread those fingers. Lift your hips. We're coming back to kneeling at the front of our mat as we started out. Feet underneath, not underneath, feet tucked even, toes tucked. Bottom going back to your heels and then lifting ourselves up into a downward facing dog. Now I know our downward dogs always need a little walkout, particularly for our calves. So take your time, shuffle side to side. Maybe linger on one side if it's feeling a little bit tighter than the other. Trying to press strong into our arms to lift our chests all the way up as high as they can go. And from here, moving into a twist before we do anything else. We've got that big lift all the way up towards our hips. Bringing our left fingertips onto the ground and then walking our left hand over towards right thigh. If you've got enough space, you might want to bring your hand down towards your right calf or maybe closer down towards your ankle. From here, we're using that strength in right arm. Use the connection with your right hand to your leg, your left hand even to your leg, twisting our chest towards the other side. Now, I have quite a lot of space through these shoulders, through my chest and through my legs, so I can kind of get fully underneath this right arm. That may not be working for you today. You might want to bring your hand back up onto your thigh and just start looking underneath your arm. This may be enough. We're opening up, we're finding that space, that twist, that turn, and breathing with it. I know it's strong through this right arm as well. Taking one more deep breath. Softening back down. Bring your left hand onto your mat, and we'll go straight over to the other side. Have the little wiggle of this right arm first, and then right hand over to left thigh. Again, you can just look underneath your underarm, maybe bringing your hand down towards your calf, maybe your ankle, wherever you're going, however deep this twist is for you. We're still drawing our heels down toward the mat and turning our gaze underneath our arms. Strong through this left arm, keep pressing yourself up and away from the ground. Taking one more breath here. And release. Hands coming back onto your mat. Have a little roll of your shoulders. Shake your arms out, particularly this left side after that twist. And from here, taking your right toes off the ground, sweeping your right knee forward. We're going to plant our foot down toward the front of our mat, moving into a low lunge. This left knee lowers. And then as you breathe in, lifting your arms up all the way towards the top. Lifting, lifting, lifting. Crown of our heads, reaching high. Noticing that strength through our lower body to hold us here. Into a twist, we're going to take our left arm forwards, right arm back. Turning to the side, reaching our arms as far as they can go. Good. Deep breath. Coming back to the front. Okay, from here, cactusing our elbows. So sending our elbows out to the side, like we're a big cactus tree in the desert. And then taking those elbows slightly further back as you start to lift your chest, lift your gaze. Squeezing our shoulder blades behind us. And then bringing our elbows, our forearms together in front, rounding through your backs to get there. So we should feel the opposite movement through our shoulders through each sequence. So opening up, squeezing our shoulder blades together, finding that lift through our chest. And then the opposite, opening up, expanding, squeezing through your arms to bring them closer, but letting your shoulder blades separate. Taking two more, breathing in and out. Last time, inhale, open. Exhale, coming to the front. And now taking our hands down and behind us, interlacing your fingers, shoulders roll back, chest lift, gaze lift. Really trying to draw our hands back towards the bottom of the mat, lifting up through your chest into a little back bend. We're trying to squeeze our glutes through here. So we're not just kind of holding up and not worrying about what this lower body is doing. All of this is connected. So we're squeezing through our glutes, sending our hips slightly further forwards. Hands are behind us, shoulders rolling, chest opening up. Letting go, unravel your hands, bringing them down around this right foot. Bring your knee back onto the mat behind you. Untuck your toes, bring your chest down towards the ground. As you breathe in, pressing into our hands to lift our chest up into a big cobra. Big open space in front of us, looking over our left shoulder towards our heels. Coming all the way back through the front and then over to the right. Back to the front. Bottom goes back towards your heels into a little child's pose. And then we're making our way back into this kneeling position. Tuck your toes, bottom comes up into our downward facing dog. Same thing on the other side now. Our left toes sweep off the mat and then coming forward, your foot planting down, right knee lowers. Inhale as we lift our arms all the way up. So we've got that big chain from our glutes all the way up towards our waist, Lifting your fingertips, reaching high. Moving into our twist from this side, right arm comes forward, left arm goes back. We've got that big space, taking up as much room as we can, extending through fingertips. Breathing in as we come back to the top, arms reach, fingertips go tall. Oops, have a little wobble. And then our elbows coming out to the side in that cactus shape again. So starting almost at neutral, like there's not really any particular place we're holding our arms in terms of our shoulder movement. We're just letting our arms come out to the side. And now really squeezing your shoulder blades together, lifting your chest, lifting your gaze. Rounding forwards, bring your forearms together, opening up through our shoulder blades behind us, slight rounding of our spines. Breathing in as we lift up and open. Breathing out as we close off at the front and expand behind us. 2 more, inhale to come open. Exhale, rounding. Last time, breathing in. All the way out. Bringing your arms over and back behind you. Hands interlacing, shoulders roll. Extend your arms back again, that squeeze of our glutes. And maybe if you've got a bit of a hard floor, you might just want to double over your mat or pop a cushion underneath this right knee. That is absolutely fine, I should have said. Opening up through your shoulders, extend those arms, lifting through our chest. And then release, hands coming down, framing our left foot, stepping ourselves back so our knees come onto the ground. If you want to move through a chaturanga here, if you've done those before, feel free. Or we're coming down with our chest, shoulders, everything in one long line, down onto our mats. And then up into this cobra, pressing into your hands, squeeze those back muscles, lift your chest. Once more, gazing over our left side towards your ankles, your toes. Gazing over your right, take a little turn. Back to the front, pressing yourself into a child's pose. Bottom towards your heels, reach your fingertips far away. This time slowly rolling ourselves up to kneeling, all the way back. Lifting up through your chest, the crown of your head. Take some roll of your shoulders. Now we've still got a little bit more time to work through our chest and through this upper body, enjoying this mobility. We're going to use our strap in just a second, but before we do, we're going to come into our eagle arms. So you guys can still face forward, by the way. I'm just going to face this long edge so I can see. We're going to bring our arms out in front, reach your fingertips and try and lift towards the crown of your head, and then bringing the right arm over the top of left. So we're wrapping our arms towards each other. Maybe you just get this one wrap, and it's almost like the back of your forearms are meeting together. Maybe you've got 2, and those wrists kind of entwine with each other as well. From this point, you can see my elbows are fairly low down towards my chest, so I can't really feel much for me through my back at this point. I'm going to lift my elbows up so they're in line with my shoulders, and now I can start to feel that release through my upper body at the back. So if I turn around, you can see that as I breathe in, I've got that again, expanse across my shoulder blades behind me. Breathing out, things kind of start to soften back down. So that's what we're looking for, that big stretch between our shoulder blades here. Deep breath in, lifting tall. As you breathe out, trying to lean yourself forwards so your elbows come down closer towards your lap, maybe onto your mat. And then we're going to lift up as we breathe in, and this time lifting our elbows higher, opening up through our chest, gaze is lifted towards your ceiling. Come back down, rolling all the way down towards your mat. And then all the way back up. Last time, lowering down. And all the way back up. Big lift. Untangle your arms, give them a bit of a shake out. And then we will go the other way. So starting with your arms out in front of you. This time it's left arm over the top of right. Again, either just starting out with this one wrap, maybe you move into 2, but we've got that lift through your elbows. We're feeling your expanse behind you. Deep breath in. Exhale, folding forwards. You can tuck your head slightly as well if that helps you feel the stretch down through your back and into your shoulders. Breathing in as we lift up. Opening all the way, little back bend, gaze is high. Exhale, come forwards. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, lowering down our last one. Coming back to the top as you breathe in. Unraveling your arms, give them a bit of a shake. Some chicken wings through these arms. Have a little shake out. Okay, our last little bit before we just come to rest. I know these arms, potentially using muscles we haven't used in a while, but I'm sure if you're using anything to carry water on with your running, if you're using a lot of that kind of drive through our arms, particularly for those sprint finishes, which we do love, then this is going to feel quite nice through your chest, through your shoulders. And if none of the above and you just need a bit more mobility, then this is perfect too. So grab your strap or your belt or anything that you're using. And if you're not using anything, I just want you to kind of hold your arms out as far as they can reach from each other. Fists are kind of held steady. Now I'm going to use this strap and get a bit of tension on it. Actually, tension's the wrong word, but I'm not holding it loosely like this. There's no kind of drooping bits. I'm holding it steady. My arms are strong. It's almost like I'm pulling my arms away from each other and this strap is getting in my way. From here, lifting it over my head, and then I'm going to take it behind me to wherever I can go. This will depend on everybody's shoulder mobility, okay? So for me, I can bring my arms all the way back down, and now I can feel this big stretch through my wrists. So you may also feel that kind of firing up tingle. Bringing it over back to the top of my head, and then down in front of me. Now, please do not move through any pain. If this is getting super twingy, we're going to just reduce that grip slightly. We're going to take it a little bit easier through these arms, not go as far, because this kind of smaller grip is going to mean it's harder for us to move back in this position. We've got a bit more space if we come out in this position, but that does require quite a big rotation of our shoulders. So if that is not working for you and you want to come smaller and not move too much, please do not move too much. Listen to your body as always. We're just going to do a couple of these moves. Now they're super simple. You could do them when you wake up, when you go to bed. If you need a little bit more space in your shoulders, it may just be worth you thinking about these rotations and kind of practicing them a little bit more. Maybe these feel super easy and you are good. Well, you enjoy this time. Starting to lift up one more time, rolling all the way up and over. And you can totally release at the bottom. You don't have to be super strong here and kind of, we're not having any tension in this. We're using that tension through the movement. Once we get to the ends of those ranges, we can soften a little bit because we're not holding this tension here. This is not a strength workout today, guys. Okay, so that was just a little bit of play to kind of show what you might be able to do with a strap or a belt if you're needing a bit more space in your chest, your shoulders. For now, taking your hands behind you, hands onto the lower part of your back, and just send those elbows back, lift through your chest, lift your gaze, take a deep breath in. Softly back out. If you wish, bringing your hands behind you onto your mat, increasing that open space in front of your chest, big lift. And soften, rolling ourselves back up to kneeling. Hands can be in your lap or down by your sides. We're going to finish up here. Taking a couple deep breaths. Maybe you want to bring your hand one onto your chest, one onto your tummy so you can feel that big flow of your breathing in and out. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. One more big inhale. This time, big exhale, sighing out through your mouth. And just feeling our shoulders kind of settle back down. Letting go of wherever your hands are. Shoulders have a little roll, grow tall through the crown of your head. Remember that you are absolutely awesome. Thank you very, very much for being here, for doing that little 25-minute flow. I hope your shoulders feel good, feel a bit more spacious. Maybe it's kind of highlighted some areas that you might want to work a little bit more on. That is okay too. We can come back to things another time. As always, any questions, any thoughts, feedback, please, please, please do chat to me. I'm on the WhatsApp group. And have a lovely rest of your day. See you soon.